We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Come on
so
now.
A little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And now he'll take it. And right away, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hurry up! No. 3 down.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. This is caught at the 8. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
They get it to him running up, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Hey, we got 3 down. Ready?
So on 3rd and goal, Gordon he shifts past him, and he'll get nothing out of that one.
Here we go.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up. led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. And they know they've got to do a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Come on now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Stat. 81.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
82. Lion.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And Lamar has it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Black, come on.
Wentz now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Hey, stat. Run.
Wentz now on 1st down. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did get points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, and they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Here's Rivers. Forced out to his left. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And now he bowls him over. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Great.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch it.
And he did. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wentz now to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Corey Legend in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Great.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to throw deep. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Throwing on first is Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down back and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Golden Tate, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Hey, guys, check me out.
Now it's the backup Smith. They'll roll him out right. And his throw here's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Right there, he's sneaky. Check that guy.
Ready, 3-19.
Smith on 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Smith. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Going underneath for Gordon. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game, really at the point of attack. The offensive...
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
White!
Right there.
3rd and long for Rivers. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that mark. Here's Gordon. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
They get it to him running left, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They get it to him running left. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes... the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 2nd and 10, Smith into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Great. Run.
3 down.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32. Z.
Check. Watch 54.
2nd and 10. Smith again. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. Third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey, let's get this.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Throw left side, complete. It's Gordon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the others into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Wentz going to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
To throw is Wentz. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Shorty, shorty, shorty.
Sing on the slot, sing on the slot.
82, 82.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is
Come
extremely
on
difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme.
Come on now.
And you can drop
Come on now.
anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's brought in left side by Tate. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Golden Tate, 43 yards. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On second down, here's Smith. Being chased out left. Going. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 30 yards there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey.
Back to the air. Smith on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long, it's Smith. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Slow. Z.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down.
Done. Lady.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
We got 3.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down.
Hang in there.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Get ready.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
Hang in there,
They're
now.
not
Hang in there
totally
now.
home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got four.
Done.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Chargers are going to look up
Hang in
here
there now.
and signal
Hang in
for
there
a
now.
timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
4 down, 4 down.
Listen.
And they will take a knee here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Come on now.
The Eagles
Come on
on
now.
3rd
Let's go.
down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, stash.
Throwing his Wentz. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Hang in
And
there
with
now.
things
Hang in there
looking
now.
pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
82.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
Hey, stash.
Watch the safety creep.
Black, come on.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott. This one from 48 yards away. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Smith. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pick up there at 22. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
319.
Throwing again. Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Come on now, come on now. Let's go.
Double tight. Double tight.
Let's go. Great.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say 24-hour cheesesteak shop, here we come.
Oh, yeah, and I'm buying, partner. And guess what? I'm having mine with.
And I'm having 2 if you're buying. Good night from Philadelphia.